Hi, my name is Leah Parker with Parker Place Woodwork, and I run a woodworking shop in the deep pines of East Texas while staying home and raising 3 gorgeously wild children. Very wild. Parker Place Woodwork was born from busy hands, and I come from a long line of women that have very busy hands. Women who cooked, knitted, pulled cotton and farmed, held babies, shucked corn, handed out snacks at the ball field, made coffee for our late night craft parties. It turns out I inherited those same kinds of hands, and somehow they found their way to woodworking. My woodworking career began over 10 years ago, well before I earned the name of mom. After being gifted a table saw from my dad, I quickly thrifted a roadside pallet and made my first piece of wall decor with just a jigsaw and a set of really janky sawhorses. After I sold my first 10, I decided this was going to be my side hustle outside of teaching that would be able to fund my husband's second degree. But with a lot of hard work and a lot of sawdust and a lot of jigsaw blades, now that I think of it, we did it. Woodwork bought us a passage into the next phase of our lives. So after our first child, our first purchased home, a move to a small country town in East Texas, my time at the shop slowed and motherhood took over. My skill set still occasionally served my home. I built both of my babies' cribs. I made a walnut accent wall that is just divine. I built a bed that has hidden storage. But the shop quickly became something much more than a place to make solutions. Entering into motherhood was not as gentle and graceful of an experience that I'd always envisioned. I had a very quiet struggle with anxieties of failure as a parent. The grueling schedule of mom hours did me in. My brain couldn't function. The grief of saying goodbye to parts of myself, but also saying hello to the beauty of raising a brand new human being. There was a lot of contrast in those days. I truly believe that God gifted me the shop and woodworking during that season to help maintain a sense of balance. There's a certain amount of grace to woodworking, and it's funny because I always allowed myself the grace to strive and to fail when working on a project, but yet as a mother, there was no grace to spare. Creating and making became this wonderful place of discovery that helped bring understanding to my new role as a mother. So naturally, as I grew and I changed as a woman, so did my skills in the shop. And ultimately, Parker Place grew into a full production shop with an emphasis on sharing the process on my social media pages, which led to the amazing discovery of one of the most robust and creative communities of men and women and mothers, the maker community. Absolutely. We have a rule in the house that whatever you do it thoughtfully, intentionally, and with purpose. And in the shop, that means that you need to work smart. You need to wear your PPE, you need to change out your dust collector, you need to sweep up before you turn off the lights for the night. But it also means investing in your equipment, which will aid in so many different things: efficiency, safety, quality of the build. In the past year, my top 3 upgrades focused on my table saw, my dust collection, and adding a CNC into my workflow. These 3 machines tackle the 3 categories that are most important to me. My Harvey table saw has increased the quality of my builds, as well as the safety in operating a quality saw. My dust collection has literally saved my lungs, and my CNC is giving me the gift of time as it helps me with production. To all the mothers out there slinging snacks and sawdust, we are a unique tribe, ladies. My prayer for us all is to hold our motherhood and our creative pursuits well, without competition, without guilt, without canceling each other out. Our role as mother and maker are all a part of our grand design. Psalm 139 says it so good. I praise you, God, because I am fearfully and wonderfully made, and your works are wonderful. My hope is that we all love the little ones in our life as fearfully as God loves us, and that we go make really wonderful things. And may grace pave the way in between it all. So we are finally hitting the ages where my kids can join me in the shop. My oldest built a sled a few days ago to be able to carry cargo up a hill. My youngest is my most determined sander, which means she'll be my most valued help in the future. My boy has a mind for construction as well as destruction, but all three have such a unique take on how they find their place in the shop. Our next family project will be centered around our homeschool curriculum, and each kid will have their chance to design their own file that we will cut on the CNC. This marries my own CNC education and ambition with the education of my kids that we will be having here at home. This is one of the most exciting ways that I get to cross over maker life with mom life. And honestly, it's a bucket list item for me to be able to accomplish both things that I love and everyone benefit. I think learning any practical skill set, such as woodworking, is important on so many different levels. The practicality, the confidence, the character it builds. Most days you hear people pushing kids towards sports to be able to accomplish these things, and for good reason. But I believe that woodworking has its place in equipping them for their future. That being said, the adventure of creating should never know any bounds, and that includes with just woodworking. Ultimately, I want them to feel the freedom to flex that muscle however they like, but they always know that they'll have room alongside me in the shop. From wood to wonder, moms make magic. SpeTool Mom Love, happy Mother's Day.